You send in the U.S. and the Israeli military. Israelis aren't joining in. They got us into this. They're happy to sacrifice our lives. They don't want to be a part of that. They want to go and take land in Lebanon. They want to go and take land in Syria. They want to go and take land from the Palestinians. That's what they're doing. They're too busy to help us out. You know, they've never once sent a troop to fight alongside the U.S. military ever. Our greatest ally has never provided up until this war. This is the exception when they got us into this war. And that was the only reason why they kind of fought alongside us for a minute, was because they wanted to get us into the war. And then once they got us into the war and we were deep into it, they bailed. They're gone. Sayonara. They're out. They're nowhere to be found. Does everybody understand that? I mean, I hope all of these Republicans who are screaming about us continuing this war with Iran, I hope they understand. And especially those that scream of, you know, they're our greatest allies. They're our greatest. I want them to understand the Israelis are nowhere to be found. Where are they? Oh, and the Israeli says, oh, and we're not going to be found. Here's Smotrich saying just that, saying Israel has no interest in joining in on this conflict.
At the moment, the state of Israel has no interest in joining the campaign. The current situation where there is a contained conflict between Iran and the United States is the best and most correct one for us. We must remember that our ultimate goal in this campaign, which is not necessarily shared by the United States, is to undermine and weaken the regime, even to the point of toppling it. We cannot accept the existence of a regime that strives for the destruction of the state of Israel, says so openly, and takes steps toward that end. The best way right now to bring about the regime's downfall is economically, simply crushing it economically. In that sense, this campaign and President Trump's renewal of the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, we must remember that Iran currently has 85% inflation, food inflation of over 134% in just 4 months. The Iranian rial is currently at 1.9 million rials to the dollar. Yes, we are at 3 shekels to the dollar. They are at 1.9 million, and it keeps rising, as they say. And therefore, the current situation is good for us, and we have no interest in pushing ourselves in.
Right. So there he is saying, this is great. You know, we don't need to get involved. We got the U.S. doing it. And he even says, we don't necessarily share the same goals. It's not really in the same interest for the countries because it's not for us at all. But he said, but we're not going to join in. They're fighting it for us. We're good. We're good. That's our greatest ally, supposedly. And then our greatest ally is lying to us and saying that Iran has centrifuges deep underground and we got to go and bomb them. Well, not we. You got to go and bomb them, they say to the United States. You got to go nuke them. Israel doesn't want to drop the nuke because Israel knows that if Israel does drop the nuke, the world will hate Israel even more.